So earlier this month, MCP folks announced the MCP registry, basically like a single source of truth for MCP servers. Anyone who wants to add their server or access server data, they have documentation how to do it. But basically, if you as an enterprise or an organization or a developer wants to publish their own MCP server, you can add them to this registry and act like a catalog, the official catalog that you can trust and use. And so instead about looking at what this is, they have a GitHub where you can host this locally. You can simply clone this, run the command, and you can host this registry locally. And this is essentially if somebody wants to host it internally within their infra. But they also have an API endpoint, which they have now documented. And you can actually call the /v0 service, which is what if you host it locally, this is what you'll be calling. But you can make this request to the official endpoint online and fetch the same data. And then that's like live updated data. I'll show what it looks like. This is the get to all servers published within the registry at this point. Pass that to curl, we'll end up with this. The way you would read this essentially is slightly complex for humans. Obviously, it's meant to be read by tools. Like this example, the Kubernetes MCP server, pretty cool. It is hosted. This is the GitHub location where it is hosted. For additional details about where to get, it's an official post. It's an official MCP. Details of how to use this MCP and all are present at this GitHub location. In some cases, it also tells you what kind of remote does it have. Streamable HTTP, for example, this one. And if there's type is transport is STDIO, if there are environment variables, etc., that is mentioned, right? But it's a little cumbersome to read because it looks like this when you simply go to the endpoint directly. Even pretty printing it, and this gives the first 30 list, right? You need more. Like if you want to go to all of them, I didn't find. I'm sure somebody written a front end, but I was trying to explore and see if I wanted to find a specific MCP, for example, then what would I do? So Claude to the rescue and whipped up two things. One is, I'll show both of them. P3 app.py. This one fetches all the servers from the registry and performs some basic analysis on the kind of servers that are hosted within the registry. Like what kind of servers have people added to the registry. This is taking a little time because it parses through each of the page and goes through all 30 by 30 per page and goes to all servers. So it's got a total count of 473 officially registered MCP servers on the MCP registry. In the real world, there are tons and hundreds and thousands more, 4,000 odd more in other places. But the official register is like 473. It gives like a top 10 what is there in order, is not like in just simply because they're in the numerical format there, not like a top 10, but numeric wise. And it also does some cursory search for like email and things like that. Okay, so this got me thinking we can extend this a little more and create what is a MCP registry MCP, basically an MCP server to search for and query the MCP registry itself. So this also again using Claude. This is local. This is something I came up with, but using it via CLI is a little tedious. I'll just show you how this looks like through and done through say Claude or something. So I have Claude desktop already configured to use the MCP registry nav is what I'm calling it. This is where my UV is present. Run and direct in the file where. So basically the MCP configuration is. And I'll be like, it's already configured. Let's see. Yeah, it's there. There are three tools: get, search, and recommend. It's called MCP registry nav. So I'm like, can search. Okay, search the MCP registry for MCP servers that I can use with Gmail. Right. Claude Desktop should pick that up from the tool call, yeah, and I'll say allow. And it uses our it uses the MCP server that I wrote to query the MCP registry. Yeah, search is done, passes it off to Claude Desktop, and then gives you search results. Right, so this is what it looks like. Basically, when I was playing around to see what the MCP registry, the published MCP registry is. Still haven't taken a look at all the other endpoints, but there's auth and other things. So interesting things can possibly happen here as well.